John, how long did the idea take to come to fruition from first conception?
I began thinking very seriously about this in 1965. The idea behind the thinking was that Blue Gum Festival of Tasmania has been grown to the extent that it has been demonstrated, did need a pièce de résistance to bring it into world focus. Consequently, if you're looking for something like that, there's only one place to look, and that's to look at the best. And the best in this type of community entertainment, I believe, was the Edinburgh Military Tattoo. Ergo, it was the Edinburgh Military Tattoo toward which I was looking at that time. And gradually over those years, the idea has been improved and thought about more frequently and in greater depth until 1973. And then in 1974, I actually went to Edinburgh and put the idea forward, as I've already said.
When you first mooted the idea of staging a tattoo in Hobart, what reaction did you get from the community?
I was told I was crazy and that I'd never get it off the ground.
Hobart, the capital of Tasmania, is a beautiful city bounded by the River Derwent, and it was here that the tattoo was to take place. The tempo quickened as those participating in a spectacular on a grand scale started to arrive. Among the first at Hobart Airport were the colourful Sri Lankan Police Huisi Band. They demonstrated their expertise before a fascinated press corps who met them on the tarmac. Then came Australian service personnel in C-130 aerial troop transports. Brighton Army Camp, a rather Spartan military establishment, was the main staging point and living quarters for most of the participants in the tattoo.
Luke is back.
Its parade ground was ideal for a warm-up for the spectacular international precision rifle drill team from Rutgers University, who had travelled from New Brunswick in the state of New Jersey, USA. And the citizens of Hobart had a preview of what was to come, as thousands lined the streets for a grand parade, with the salute taken by the Lord Mayor of the city, Alderman Sandy. Unlike Edinburgh, with its famous castle background, the organisers of Tasmania's military tattoo had one major problem to overcome: to transform a football oval into an arena suitable for the staging of this spectacular event. Top service personnel overcame this obstacle and had it well in hand. Their expertise in all aspects of sound, lighting and coordination of movement made the transformation successful.
And we have side lighting on C and D.
In the year 1822, Scotland enjoyed its first state visit from a reigning monarch since Cromwell's Revolution. Now, George IV, encouraged by Sir Walter Scott, had introduced the wearing of the tartan, which had been prescribed after the 45 rebellion. This was the first occasion when the tartan was worn openly. Now, in front of you, you see the honours of Scotland, as they were paraded at the Palace of Holyrood on this auspicious occasion. We now present the honours of Scotland.
The crown, borne by the Duke of Hamilton, is now the only pre-Union crown in existence. Legend has it that the base of the crown is formed from the circlet of gold worn by the Bruce when he defeated the English at the Battle of Bannockburn. The sceptre, carried by the Earl of Morton, historically stems from the heraldic wands which were used at the installation of all Scottish kings and queens before the crown became the symbol of royalty. The sword of state, which you see in the hands of the Honourable John Stuart, was presented to King James IV by Pope Julius in the year 1507. Ladies and gentlemen, as the bands play the slow march Skyboat Song, the honours of Scotland, preceded by Lord Lyon, King of Arms, and flanked by the King's bodyguard for Scotland, leave the Palace of Holyrood, heading the state procession to the Castle of Edinburgh.
Tonight, we take great pleasure in welcoming from the Republic of Sri Lanka a group of talented young men and women of the Sri Lanka Police. I gathered them these kneeling buds to place before thy feet in veneration and with love and ecstasy complete.
In Europe, war in the Crimea and the Scots Fusiliers, the Guards wade the River Alma. Grenadiers to the right, Coldstream left. They go ahead. Cut off, threatened on all sides, they stand firm. One man, Robert James Lloyd Lindsay, Lieutenant, flag bearer, holds it high, nor draws sword nor fires. The flag tells friend and foe, death will not move this man. The Guards Brigade, the Highland Brigade, moves on. They break 8 Russian battalions. To Lindsay, the new order of the Victoria Cross.
"63 years later, the place St. Ives in France, and the 33rd Infantry Battalion AIF is poised for the attack. Battle preliminaries are in hand. Australian gunners put down a barrage to help their infantry forward. The barrage is keeping the heads of the enemy down, and the Australian infantry are now advancing. And there goes Carroll to deal with a German detachment. That's him, Vic. Now, what have we here on the right? Oh, an Australian soldier in difficulties. But Carroll has spotted his comrade's plight and rushes to his assistance. That's the end of him, too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during the subsequent 96 hours of this action, Carroll displayed the most wonderful courage and bravery. His magnificent example of gallantry and devotion to duty inspired all ranks in his battalion. And on the 2nd of August 1917, Private Carroll was awarded for valor the Victoria Cross.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Queen's Guard.
The next movement is called suicide, and in a moment you will just see why. And in fact, these units are very real.
The Royal Highland Fusiliers, the King's Own Scottish Borderers, and the Queen's Own Highlanders will dance for you the Argyll broadswords, accompanied by young Highland dancers from this island, dancing the Gilly Column. Amazing Grace. Light out. Audience, will you all please stand for the American National Anthem? The national anthem of Sri Lanka. Would you now all join in and sing The Queen?
Despite the fears held by many, Tasmania has proven beyond all doubt that she can and has held a most successful international military tattoo. We've injected millions of dollars into our own community. But more importantly, in my belief, is that she has shown that we can make a major contribution to Australia's entity in the Southeastern Asian and Pacific areas.